So if you're, for example, let me give you a social media example because we can relate to that easily. If your money comes from your social media following and you're monetizing your content or whatever, then you know who your Rizq is in your head? Your followers are your Rizq. Okay, the ad revenue is your Rizq. So now you're going to make sure you don't mess with anything that can hurt your following. Tell you quickly about the word Rizq. Really cool. That's a creepy photo, but still it helps us understand what Rizq is. It's a bird feeding its child. They get the worm, the bug or whatever, and they put it, most birds, they put it in the mouth of their child, or they actually stick it all the way into the throat of their child and then let go. That's how they feed their young. And now let me tell you why I'm using this picture. مَا يَصِلُ إِلَى الْجَوْفِ وَيُتَعَذَّى بِهِ. Rizq in Arabic means whatever reaches the belly and whatever nurtures you, whatever nourishes you. You can eat something and throw it up. It's not rizq. But if you eat something and it gives you energy, it nurtures you, it feeds your body, that's called rizq. وَرَزَقَ الطَّائِرُ فَرَخَهُ كَسَبَ لَهُ مَا يَغْذُوهُ وَالطَّائِرُ يَزُقُّ فِرَاخَهُ أي يدخل بمنقاره الطعام في مناقيرها ثم يطلق على ما يحيط الله العبد من مال وخير يطعم وينتفع به. إدخال في الحوزة. Let me tell you what this means. Actually, the Arabs used to use the word rizq to describe the bird putting the food in the mouth of its child. That's how they describe rizq, meaning that which helps the child survive, which provides and nourishes the child. And from it, it started getting used for anything that you place within you, meaning the thing that you store, because the child is storing it in its belly. So anything that you consume, anything that you store becomes rizq. Anything that becomes a part of your life becomes rizq, that enhances your life in some way. So what is rizq then? In its broadest sense, it's actually food is rizq, clothes are rizq, because they are enhancing me in some way, they're nourishing me in some way. Your home is rizq, your car is rizq, your friends are rizq, family members are rizq. I know, that's crazy. Not all of them. Some of them are fisq, other ones are rizq. Your teachers can be rizq, right? The opportunities that come in your life, maybe it is. The experiences you have that benefited you, that strengthened you, that nurtured you, even bad things that happened in your life can actually become rizq. Because by way of them, you became stronger in some way. Allah is the best of those who can give rizq. But why mention ar-raziqeen, the plural? Why even mention that? Allah could have said, Wallahu huwa ar-raziq. Allah is the provider. When Allah says, Wallahu khayru ar-raziqeen, Allah is the best of those who can provide. Why even mention others who can provide? There's a necessary call to comparison in this ayah. I start thinking my employer provides. I start thinking my parents provide. I start thinking my culture provides. My culture provides protection. My family provides dignity. My job provides money. My society provides this. My government provides that. We start thinking provision comes from different places. And the more you think of these, then you start making, you want to make sure you don't hurt any sources of income, right? So if you're, for example, let me give you a social media example because we can relate to that easily. If your money comes from your social media following and you're monetizing your content or whatever, then you know who your Rizq is in your head? Your followers are your Rizq. Okay, the ad revenue is your Rizq. So now you're going to make sure you don't mess with anything that can hurt your following. Right? So you'll make sure not to offend your following in any way because it will directly impact your rizq. If your job provides your paycheck, you will make sure you will do nothing to put your job in danger because your job is, in your mind, your raziq. So when you identify a raziq, then you don't mess with it. You make sure, and if anybody's coming close to it, you say, hey, no, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Like, for example, if your job is you're a techie, right? You're a contractor and you're a coder or whatever, and you have your laptop and you work on your laptop. When your kids come close to your laptop with a bottle of chocolate milk, in that moment, that's not your child. That is public enemy number one. You get away from this. You can cry. I'll hug you later, but right now, this is my rizq right here. This is, in a sense, this is my raziq right now. You're not going to mess with my rizq. Okay? And then later on, you can be the child. Then you go, no, sorry, you took it. Okay? There are some things you just don't mess with it. You don't touch it because it's a matter of rizq. Same way, what happens in families is, you could be running a business, and your family can have an opinion on everything, but the moment they try to tell you how to run your business, excuse me, wait, this is not for you. Step off. I don't care who you are. You're not touching this. I love you in every other way. Not in this. You don't exist. You're zero. Okay, you're fired. Why? Because people, they want to protect their rizq. If you have that mentality, this is a very easily understandable phenomenon, right? And if rizq is an opportunity and you don't want to miss the opportunity, nothing will get in your way from missing that opportunity. If you have a job interview and you have to get to that job interview, it's starting at 9 a.m. and you have to leave your house at 8 a.m. And then your sister calls, your mother calls, your friend calls and says, I want to talk to you about my feelings right now. You can talk to me while I'm on the road. No, I need to talk to you in person. No, I have a job interview. No, forget your job interview. No, I will talk to you after. I'll say sorry. Do it first and say sorry later. I gotta go. I'm gonna do this job interview. I can't be with you right now. I can't talk to you right now. Isn't that the case? You're not gonna let anything get in the way. When Allah calls Himself Khairul Raziqeen, you know what that means? If Allah is my provider, just like if anything else I think is my provider, nothing gets in the way. Nothing gets in the way. Then if Allah is my provider and He says, what I have is better than anything else, you know what that means? That means messing with Jumu'ah is messing with my raziq. If I mess with Jumu'ah, I'm messing with my raziq. And if I'm messing with the dhikr of Allah, I'm messing with my raziq. I'm messing up my own rizq by compromising the remembrance of Allah.